Yo, what's good to everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Hold on, let me post this. There we go. Appreciate it. We'll be having Sue Bird on in a few minutes. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, I know. Get Sue up here. I'm Nobody came to see me. I got that. I'm just waiting on Sue, and we can get this party started. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about basketball with Sue, but I really got to ask her about her mixtape days back at UConn. So, yeah, I think that should be fun. And obviously, if you got any questions for Sue, just pop them in the comments. And if we can get to them, we'll get to them. It's like when I say Sue Bird is one of the. Oh, there she is. Okay, I see you, Sue. I think you just sent me the request, and we can make it. We can make it work. Oh, boom. Hold on.
What's up?
Oh, there she is. What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. I can't complain.
That's good, considering,
Look,
right?
yeah. All things considered,
Yeah.
minus a haircut, I'm doing really great. I'm doing really
I
great.
feel you. That's why I'm like bun life. I mean, I'm usually bun life. I'm like
Yeah.
bun life times
My
a
thing is,
billion right now.
if you see somebody with their hair done or somebody with a haircut, I don't know if you can trust them right now. Like,
No,
where'd you
like,
get
what are
that
you
from?
up to? What are you up
Yeah,
to?
you can't order that off Amazon. Look,
Very true.
I'm really thankful you're here today, and I'm really blessed to be talking to you. Obviously about basketball, but I really want to talk to you about music because I know you're a big time music fan, a big time hip hop nerd like myself.
I already saw the
So,
shirt, man. I already saw your shirt.
look, uh, everybody on live right now, appreciate you here. I have one of the greatest basketball players of all time. She needs no introduction, but you know what? I'm gonna try for it. I'm gonna try it regardless. She's eighth all time in career. She's eighth all time in points, first all time in assists, fifth all time in steals, first first all time in career starts. She's never come off the bench in her 18-year career. She's a five-time all WNBA, Olympic gold medalist, FIBA World Championship. You've pretty much done everything except invent the wheel. So, Sue Bird, the legendary Sue Bird, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Look, one thing I want to talk to you about. So when you won that championship in 2002 at UConn, that was around like my sophomore, junior year in high school, and I remember those teams.
Yeah.
Because any team that wins a championship, they're a good team, but few teams they really like move the needle like culturally wise. And I remember a team around that time that was doing it was the University of Miami Hurricanes in football. And
Mm-hmm.
for me, y'all did that in basketball as well. So if you were on the team with Diana Taurasi, the great swim cash who's doing her thing down in New Orleans with the Pelicans now.
Mm-hmm.
Just that team, obviously y'all knew y'all were good, but did y'all know like how like culturally important you were?
Um, no, I don't think so. Like,
Mm.
because like anything, I think what's interesting about sports now, and I'm sure it has something to do with like social media and just like that accessibility and how much we're kind of like out there. Back then, as an athlete, not just us, I'm sure all athletes, it's like you were kind of living it and doing it, but you had no idea, like outside your little world, outside your little bubble, you didn't really know the impact you were having because you couldn't hear it or see it.
Right.
Nowadays you have like instant impact, instant like feedback. The minute you do something or something happens, you can see it on Twitter or whatever. So it's kind of different. But I think all of us, when we talk about it, looking back, can kind of see like what we were doing, how we were doing it, like who we were as people, and then who we were like collectively and like what that all meant. So I think now when we talk about it, we know, but back then, I mean, we were just living and playing and like whatever.
So obviously we can talk about basketball all day. We both love basketball, but I'll never be the basketball player you were. I peaked at basketball at 10 years old. Yeah, I tried to recreate Michael Jordan's flu game.
Yeah.
I'm purposely getting myself sick, and I got benched for the entire second half, which was probably
Purposely. That's
yeah. I
tough.
mean, look, I took that whole "be like Mike" thing literally,
Literal,
and
yeah.
it probably wasn't the greatest thing, but obviously, like everybody else, you're enjoying The Last Dance, and you're very vocal about it on social media as well. And like me, you're loving the music that's in there.
Yes.
So obviously, as a great athlete yourself, what's it like seeing those two love of yours like come together on such a big platform? And what are those emotions like for you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, they are killing it with the soundtrack. Second of all, it's like a match made in heaven. It always has been. So I think what the Last Dance documentary is doing is they're like picking the perfect song, playing it in the perfect moment. They're keeping it like I don't know how, like time relevant, like all the songs. So when they played the very first episode with that LL song, that was like from that time, right? Like that year, and so on and so forth throughout. So they're keeping it all relevant as they go. But yeah, I mean, as an athlete, I mean, ask any athlete. Music is such a big part of what we do. It's like you're shooting in the gym by yourself, you got the music on. You're in the locker room before a game with your team, you got the music on. Maybe you're on the bus to the game, you got your music on your pods or something. And it can and I'm sure every athlete could tell you, like, they're gonna have a song that like hypes them up. I actually have songs that hype me up, and then I actually have some after the game that might like cool me down a little bit, because it's hard to settle that adrenaline. A lot of times actually in our Storm locker room, nobody says a word, nobody talks about it, but it's like after games, it seems like slow jams get played. Unless we won. Don't get me wrong. Like unless we won like a championship. That's
right,
story.
For sure.
But just like regular season, win, lose, whatever, it seems to be like that mellow music that comes on because you've just had this like high and you're trying to bring it back down. But yeah, music, I mean, music and sports, it's like so connected, and especially, I mean, hip hop and basketball.
For sure. All right, so let's really get into some music. What's the first album that really like changed your life?
Changed my life?
That sticks with you, put it that way.
Yeah. So, I mean, Your Shirt is like epic for me. I'm a huge Biggie fan. I've been listening to him, like Ready to Die it's obviously one of my top albums, but actually it was Life After Death. Like I have Ready to Die, but like that album, it was the double disc. I like vividly remember like buying it. I was probably, don't quote me, it was probably like my senior year of high school. I can't remember the exact year, but it was obviously, it was probably my junior year. Because he died in like 96, right?
97, March 97.
Oh, 97. Yeah. So it was my junior year, going into my senior year. And I like vividly remember having it, putting it in my car. Actually, I think I had like the Discman joint with the tape attachment. But
I had that.
And that's an album that I can just like fly through. Like every song, like you never skip. So that's one of the first ones, like, cause I'm like 16, I'm like 16, 17. I'm kind of like coming in my own. I finally have my, my driver's license.
Right.
I'm doing my thing. And that is what I was putting on in my car, like every time I got in.
So do you remember where you were when you found out about Biggie's passing? Obviously you're in New York.
I was in New York. Where was I exactly? No, I don't remember like exactly where I was. But I was definitely in high school. Like I said, I couldn't remember junior, senior year. It must have been my senior year. And I mean, that was huge. Yeah. That was huge. That was big.
So going back to your collegiate experience, what are some albums, some mixtapes, some songs that when you look back on your college years, you're like, yeah, that's definitely college, right? Like for me, it'd be like Lil Wayne or somebody like that.
Okay. So, So for us, so the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill came out right when I was going into college. So that is like the tail end of my high school, but that's like my freshman year of college. That thing got played out. And then from there, there's a couple albums that me and my class. So you already brought up Swing Cash. It was me, Swing Cash, Tamika Williams, Asia Jones. That was like my class. And if they came on here right now, they would have the exact same answers. We smashed Lauryn Hill. We smashed Drew Hill, Enter the Drew.
Yep.
We smashed all Foxy Brown. I would say Broken Silence, that was like my senior year. That one got the most play, but we killed Foxy Brown. She actually came to play in Hartford once, and it was actually Swin's birthday, and we like got tickets and went and the whole thing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, those are the ones that stick out. Those ones like really, and then the one song, not necessarily the album, but Noriega. Whoop.
Oh, yeah.
That is like my freshman year To a
Okay.
T. To a T.
Oh
And then
man.
there's Jay-Z sprinkled in there because which album? The Blueprint? I don't remember. 1, 2, 100. Who
So
knows?
this is
That came out
98.
late. Yeah. No.
Okay.
So this is like 2001, 2002.
Okay, senior. Okay, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
the Blueprint.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That that
I
that whole
remember buying
album.
that.
Oh, that whole album. Forget
Yeah,
it.
that was big.
Yeah.
Who else was big around it? Like R&B wise, like Jagged Edge was big.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were fun. All right, so I wanna dive into a story that I think is really interesting. You
Okay.
are like a college mixtape legend. You put together mixtapes. You put together the playlist. How did this
Yeah.
start? Was it like a natural progression from like recording songs on the radio with a tape, and then you just moved to CDs? Like how did that part of yourself come to be?
You literally just told the story. I had like a radio / cassette player situation in my room growing up. This is like middle school-ish, probably early high school. And like the big thing was it had a remote.
Oh
Because
wow, you had the
usually you have
remote.
to go like play, record, boom.
Mm-hmm.
It had a remote. I can't even believe I'm going to tell you the story. So I had it set up at the door of my room, the remote. And I would put the radio on, and you're like in the house doing whatever, like I'm over here, I'm over there. The minute I would hear a song, I would go running in and I would hit the record button. I had it like all set up and it worked and I could record onto the tape. So I didn't, because you didn't want to like, if you missed the first like 30 seconds
Yeah,
or if the DJ was talking too long, it like totally ruined it. So that's how like my mixtapes kind of got started. And
mm-hmm.
I mean, I was making mixtapes like all through high school. Anytime, like if my AAU team had like a big trip, I would make a mixtape for the trip, that kind of
For sure.
thing. And then obviously once like CD burners came out, it escalated. And that's how it kind of happened in college. We had one of my teammates had a CD burner, and then it started to get easier where it was just like built into the laptop. That saved me a lot of problems. That saved me.
What was you brought me back? I used to do that with tapes on the radio as well. I would hold the pause button down and the record button, and as soon
And
as
then
my
just
song came on, because I wanted that smooth transition in between songs.
yeah.
Like there's a science to this that I know
There
you
is.
appreciate.
There is.
What was for me? It was Biggie's "More Money, More Problem." I could never get it on the radio. I would always get it at the start of Puffy's verse, so I would miss Mason. I need the whole song. So what was that one song that you can remember that was kind of like it would always elude you until you got it?
That's a tough question. It's like I was obsessed with some Nice and Smooth songs.
Ooh.
And there was one. The name is like it's like the minute you play it, I would know it, but I can't really think.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Sometimes I Rhyme Slow or anything like that. There was
Mm-hmm.
like a different one. Although Sometimes I Rhyme Slow, Sometimes I Rhyme Quick is like one of my all-time favorites.
Right.
Yeah, there was this one Nice and Smooth song where I think it was one of those songs where you couldn't like go buy the tape or the album, whatever it was. You like had to get it on the radio. I'm gonna look this up later and I'm gonna send it to you.
No,
Okay.
please do. Like, okay. So you played overseas in Russia for about a decade, like 2004 to 2014. What was the music scene like over there, and how did it differ? And like, how did you put people on the music over there?
They're into music. And they're into rap a lot. They definitely have like their own like style and genre, like Russian music, but then there's like Russian rappers. And actually, I mean, you live somewhere, you hear it, it's on the radio. I got into some Russian rap. There's like one rapper, Timothy, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like you would go to I would say if you went to a hip hop club in Russia, it would be like 90% the stuff we listen to here.
For sure.
Sometimes it was like a little older, like they hadn't quite caught up to the new stuff.
Yeah.
But believe me, all the same. And then like 10% would be like these Russian rappers kind of thrown in. And you hear it, you kind of get into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they listen to everything we listen to.
For sure. All right. So when we think back through hip hop, obviously it's tied into basketball in so many different ways. And a lot of these artists play basketball. I think of like J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole
played in an NBA preseason game and scored 8 points. 2 Chainz played a little bit in college. So
I know 2 Chainz is tall.
Yeah, he is.
2 Chainz is legit tall. I saw him at All-Star. I was like, dang, because you can never tell on TV,
What is he, like 6'4", 6'5", or something like that?
He might be taller. He's tall.
Yeah, he's super tall. So the game's on the line, and you're being double teamed, and you got to kick it to a rapper to hit the game-winning shot. Who do you trust the most?
I think only because I coached him for one game. I'm gonna go Quavo. Quavo's a gamer.
Oh no, yeah, he can hoop.
Quavo's a gamer. I was actually, and he plays. You know what I like? Okay, first of all, it was the celebrity game, and I know like he was definitely taking like a lot of. He wanted to get MVP for sure, and he wanted the team to win. But I get it; it's a celebrity game. I'm not really coaching, but he has like you can tell things about players. He has like this pace to his game, you know, and it's like it's not fast.
Right.
He's obviously quick enough, but he's got this like weird pace that I think throws people off. And then he'll like throw up a floater. He'll do something off foot. So he has, I mean, he's got like something to his game that's legit.
It's a very smooth, you know, very smooth. And I think being left-handed works in his favor too.
Yeah,
it
always.
looks really good. Like, yeah,
always.
I think he played quarterback in high school, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
He's an athlete. So
okay.
You know, Nelly was another one like that. He played football, baseball. He played a lot of things. So, all right. And another thing that I know that you're really into are these versus battles. Like,
yeah,
they're really fun. What's been your favorite one so far?
Probably. I mean, honestly, I don't know if this one is the actual versus one, but I think the Neo and who was the Frank? Yeah. That one was great because first of all, it was the first.
Yeah.
So anytime it's the first, it was like new, it was exciting. That one, I think, like kicked it off and set it off right. And then, I mean, it's tough to rank. Like the T-Pain, Little John one. That was one that you wanted, like you were like the whole time. Yeah. And then like Babyface Teddy Riley, it was more like slow and kind of seductive. So I'll go with the Neo one for that first one. But I'm looking forward to this weekend. You got Erykah Badu and
Jill Scott.
Yes, Jill Scott.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Babyface is also doing a solo one on Mother's Day where he's talking about the Waiting Exhale soundtrack. So that's
okay. I didn't know that.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, put that on my calendar. I'm like putting these on my calendar. That's how
me too.
My calendar's in need. I'm putting anything on there.
I gotta keep myself busy. You know what I mean? And so
exactly.
I understand that. So, what would be your dream battle? Like, if you could pick.
My dream battle. So, this is tough. I actually think like a dream battle is more like producers. You know, because that I think that's what was fun about Neo. Even though Neo played a lot of his songs, what was fun about that is they had all kinds of songs by all kinds of artists. So you're getting like just like it's not just like one voice on there, you know? Same thing with Babyface and Teddy Riley. Man, I don't know. I mean, Diddy has his fingertips on his fingerprints, I should say, all over a lot. So his like marathon thing, that was fun.
Yeah.
When he was bringing people in.
Dance battle, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe Diddy. That's my East Coast. We could do it East Coast, West Coast. Who would be good on the West Coast?
A lot of people say Diddy versus Dre.
Dre? Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm actually a huge Eminem fan too. So.
Okay. Yeah. See. Now, his Dre's catalog is crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously you're a big time music fan, and of course guys like Damian Lillard, LeBron, and so on and so forth are big time. If you could take one artist catalog, who would it be to match up against another athlete and another artist catalog? What would it be?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if you could take Jay-Z's catalog and let's say Damian Lillard, he wanted to take Snoop's catalog.
Okay.
Like who would you do that battle with? Who do you think that would be fun with? I hope that makes sense.
I know. So like me, and I have to pick a rapper?
You pick an artist or like
I think I just said it. Eminem, right?
Yeah.
No, let me think. I don't know. I'm not sure I understand what you mean though.
Okay, all right. So let's put it this way. Let's say Damian Lillard. Let's just take him.
Okay, we'll use him.
Let's say his favorite artist is, I'll say Snoop again. And he was like, I got 15 songs. I bet you my 15 songs from Snoop can be better than Snoop's 15 from Eminem. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well, then I'm picking Jay-Z.
That's probably
safe bet.
That's probably a smart choice.
Safe bet.
That's probably a smart choice. Okay. All right. I want to play a little game with you. It's called Start, Bench, Cut.
All right.
You got to start one. You got to bench one. You got to cut one.
I'm in.
All right. First one. Jay-Z, Snoop, Outkast.
Okay. Starting Jay-Z, Snoop or Outkast. Man. Start Jay-Z. I guess I'll have to, this is going to hurt me. I'm going to have to bench Outkast. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to bench Snoop and cut Outkast.
Wow. Ooh.
I know, that hurt.
I know.
But the Doggy Style album, so like, you know how you have those albums that like you grew up with? So they're always
Sure.
going to have like a special something.
Mm-hmm.
Doggy Style, that's like when I'm a kid, you know, and I'm just kind of starting to get into music and stuff. I didn't
Sure.
discover Outkast till a little bit later.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna
Sorry.
no. Look,
Sorry, big boy.
that was
Sorry, Andre.
actually that was cruel on my part because I don't even know what my answer would be. So
Yeah.
maybe I should answer these with you, I guess. Okay.
Share the pain.
Start Jay,
Mm-hmm.
bench Outkast, cut Snoop. Oh,
Okay.
God,
Fair.
I
Listen,
can't
that's
believe
fair.
I just said that.
I know.
All
It's tough.
right.
These are gut wrenching.
All right. So we're gonna go to the 90s R&B side.
Okay.
Jodeci, TLC, Drew Hill.
Starting Drew Hill, I already told you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm going to have to cut Jodeci and keep TLC on the bench just when I need him.
Wow.
I know. I think like Jodeci is actually like a little before my time, like
Mm-hmm.
age-wise. Just a little bit. So I'm more like Casey JoJo.
Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay,
So
sense.
like, don't get me wrong, Jodeci lately, like all
Mm-hmm.
that, like that stuff is legit, and it's like baby making music. But TLC, on the other hand, those were like albums I had that like I played over and over and over.
Whew, okay. Damn.
And Drew Hill's Drew Hill. I told you in college, it's like the memories connected to Drew Hill are like the timeless for me.
Can you do the Drew Hill bop though? The hot bop.
The high bop? I don't know about that. Trying to embarrass me on the.
Nah, I won't do that. All right, so I'm a huge Jodeci fan, so I'm gonna start
Okay.
Jodeci.
Okay.
Ooh. Start Jodeci. Bench. Oh man, wow. Bench TLC, cut Drew. No, I can't cut Drew Hill though.
Hard to cut
can't cut
TLC too.
Well, just for the sake of conversation.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Listen,
Yeah.
we're not going to hold you to it. We're making you do this. So
All
no
right.
one's going to hold you to it.
Right. Apparently, I like torturing myself. All right. Start Jodeci. Bench TLC. Cut Drew Hill. Oh God.
It's okay.
All right.
5 steps. You going to cut that?
But what am I gonna do with "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls"?
Yeah, see, I can do that, Bob.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing.
For the longest time, I thought that hook was talking about a person. I was like, who the hell is Jason Waterfalls? Like,
that's one of yours.
I didn't know it said chasing. I thought it said
Yeah.
chasing, but yeah.
I feel like we all have that. Mine is Justin Timberlake. Don't be so quick to walk away. Dance with me, right?
Yeah.
I want to rock your body. I thought it was basically dance with me. But it's like, please stay. I thought he was saying basically.
That's like when people confuse Lloyd's. She's 5'2", but people think she's saying she's fine too, or fine too, or 5'2". Like, it's one of those things. All right, so start bench cut.
Okay.
1995 Biggie, 1996 Tupac, 1998 DMX.
Oh my God. Listen, this is actually easy because it's basically the order you just said. I'm gonna start Biggie, 95 Biggie. I'm gonna cut. I always mess that up. I'm a bench Tupac, and it pains me to say, but I'm gonna cut DMX. I know, dark as what is it?
It's dark. It's dark and hell is hot.
It's dark as hell and hell is hot.
Flesh
and I was
flesh.
Hey, DMX. Going back to that college thing, that's another album. The Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. That's another album in college. We played that out. We played that out.
Yeah, because you started UConn in the fall.
And 98.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. So you had, you mentioned the Miseducation because that came out in August of 98. So that was like literally right before.
Yeah.
Wow. You had How's It Going Down was
How's it going? That's one of my top faves too.
Oh my God.
So the funny thing is, like, me and my teammates, the ones I named, what stuck was, and to this day, if you get us 4 together, to this day, someone will say something and someone will go, yeah, exactly. Because you know that like interlude part with the woman?
Yeah, the intro.
Goes, yeah, exactly. To this day.
that is all for the longest time. I thought that was Remy Ma on that skit. Like, cause she sounds.
Oh, is it? I don't even know.
It's not, but I always thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
exactly.
Ooh, all right.
54,
Well,
11, 7 and girls. It's a good one.
man, look, that hook is so crazy. Like
So good.
Faith Evans on the hook, like
Yeah,
those
yeah.
background vocals. Oh man, that's really taking
So
me
good,
back.
so good.
Rough Riders Anthem. Oh man.
Yeah, that's when. Yeah, you're right. Because that summer after that album, that's when the whole Rough Riders album came out,
Yeah,
and you got
yeah.
like Eve on it, Drag-On's on it. Like everybody's got their
Did
That
did
album
you
was
had a
legit
did you
too.
had a Rough Rider towel?
No, I didn't.
I always
I had the
wanted
P.D.
one.
Pablo joint.
Oh,
North Carolina.
twist around your head like a
Just take your.
helicopter.
I'm just playing.
Hold on, I got more. All right, so I gotta start bench cut.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh yeah. Your turn.
okay, Tupac is my favorite artist of all time.
Okay,
So,
that's fair. That is. No one can argue with that.
and we're going like specific years. Like 1995, Biggie he was he was the biggest rapper in the world. In 1998, DMX was the same. Like,
I know. You could say like honestly, you could say any year Biggie, and I'm picking Biggie. So.
yeah,
But yeah, you're right. You're picking years makes it a little like
yeah.
you can make some arguments.
1996 Pac had California Love. How do you want it? Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna start. Wow. Start Pac. Why did I even think of playing this game? Like now I'm mad at myself for even thinking. All right.
You just gotta let it flow.
Yeah, start Pac. Bench Biggie, cut X.
I know. Listen, it's not that DMX isn't legit. It's just on that list, he's third. He's the bronze. It's okay.
I hate myself for doing this. All right, so what's another? Okay, now we're going on individual songs.
Okay.
Start bench cut. Crush on You by Lil Kim.
Is Little C's in it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the video version.
Okay,
The video
okay.
version. Crush on You by Lil Kim.
Uh-huh.
Cream by Wu-Tang. or I'm about to throw it on you. Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. that came from left field.
That did came from left field. You're okay, even though Back That Ass Up has its own like classic-ish category. I mean, I'll have to cut that one. So that one's out. And between Crush on You, oh man. Wait, what was the second one? No.
Cream, Wu-Tang.
Oh, Cream Wu-Tang. Man, I'm gonna start Crush on You, and I'll have Cream on the bench.
Oof. That seeing as how Back That Ass Up to me is the greatest party anthem of all time. Like
No, it's legit.
You know exactly what it is when you hear doom.
Yeah, it's true. The build up.
So I'm gonna start Back That Ass Up.
Okay.
Bench Crush on You, and I'll cut Cream.
You'll cut Cream?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know as a New Yorker, you probably want to hang up on me now.
No, it's gotta say. That's one of those songs too. So that's one where I had to I definitely had it on a tape. I don't remember if I recorded off the radio or if I actually went and bought the single. Remember you could buy like single tapes?
Yep, I remember.
Wild. That was one where no, I did rip it off the radio because for the longest I thought the name of the song was Dollar Dollar Bill, y'all. I was like, what is this Cream thing? Like, what are they talking about? I was like, the name of the song is Dollar Dollar Bill, y'all. And I had that written on like the tape thing.
Like, where's this cream coming from? Like,
yeah.
You're like, oh.
You know, like, you don't know the name, you listen to it, you got to make up your own title. I was like, yeah, it's Dollar Dollar Bill, y'all.
Yeah, trust me. My mom, she does that all the time. She's like, yeah, what's that song where it's like, it could be, the song could be like Tupac's I Get Around. She was like, yeah, what's the one where, you know, he's running around at the beach house? I'm like, what are you talking about? Is I Get Around? Oh, yeah, that song. That's the one I want.
Yeah.
Dollar
Dollar Bill, y'all.
I used to make mixtapes for my mom, mix CDs for my mom, and I was like, all right, Mom, what songs do you want on there? Oh, I want that Nelly song, Hot in Here, on there. And I'm like, all right, what else do you want? She was like, I don't know, just put that one on there. She was like, just put that one on there. I'm like, Mom, I'm not making you a CD for one song. Like, so, all right, so last one,
okay.
At least start bench cut. Doggy Style, Life After Death, The Miseducation.
Oh, you're using my own words against me. Start Life After Death.
Okay.
Actually, no. Start Life After Death. Miseducation on the bench. and I'm gonna have to let you go, Snoop.
Mm,
I held on to you early, but now it's
yeah.
time.
No, okay.
Although the thing about the miseducation is like it's such good vibes, and it goes in like you can be making dinner, it's good vibes. You could be hanging out with your friends, it's good vibes. Like it always in the car, it's good vibe. Working out even, I can listen to that working out even. By the way, the old like now that I'm at a point where like I like music nowadays too. Don't get me wrong, but
Hmm.
now when I work out, I'm like albums.
Yeah.
I stopped making like mixes. I just
Hmm.
go like, what old album do I want to just rock right now? And I
For
just go
sure.
albums. Yeah, that or podcast to be honest. But
Yeah.
I just go
Same here.
albums.
Same
Yeah,
here. It's
it's
so
fun.
easy now with the streaming services. You can
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
find it. So, all right. I want to ask you a question about miseducation, but I'll do my I'm gonna. Ooh, I'm gonna start doggy style. I'm a
Oh.
I'm a bench miseducation and regrettingly. No. I take that back. I take that back. I'm gonna start doggy style.
Life. I'm like, do I need to list the tracks on
No,
Life
you
After
don't.
Death for you?
No, you don't. I'm gonna start doggy style. I gotta find some playing time for Life After Death. I don't want to bench Life After Death, and I don't know how the hell I'm gonna cut miseducation, but one got to do it.
All right.
So, all right. So about miseducation, you started UConn around that time, and
Yeah.
that album. It was a very important album for a lot of different reasons. But just as a woman, definitely as a woman coming into her own at that point in time, what did that album mean to you from basically like a spiritual level? Because it
Yeah.
was deeper than just music.
Yeah. Well, it's like we all fell in love with Lauryn Hill after Sister Act 2. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe I'll speak for myself, but I feel like
yeah,
that's a safe comment.
yeah.
And just like her voice and it was kind of nobody really knew who she was at that point. And then there was like this amazing singer, and then boom, a couple years later, she has this album. And obviously like songs like, Doo Wop is gonna catch you.
Mhm.
Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Those are gonna be like, but the song that I think the song that stands out in terms of what you're talking about is To Zion, when she's
Oh,
talking about like,
hmm.
keeping her child or not, like going through all that. And of course, now that, she obviously made the decision to keep him, and like what that meant.
For sure,
When you really, that's like one of the first, not the first songs ever in my life, but that's like one of the songs where you're like, you really listen to it and you like feel what she was feeling and what
for
she was
sure.
going through. But the other part of the album that's really cool is that like before and after, like each song, there's like those little interludes where a
Yeah.
couple of them, she's like, there's like a teacher, I guess, a guy talking what sounds like a classroom of kids, asking them about love, asking them about this, and kind of talking about these real topics. And back then is when you did just hit play on an album.
Hmm.
Some people in the comments are like, "What's an album?" Which is hilarious. But yeah, you would just put it in, hit play, and go. So you would listen to all those interludes, and I don't know. It was just she was telling stories. She was talking about specific things that were in her life, and you could feel that when you listen to it.
Yeah, that album really was like a moment in time. You could feel where she was at that point in time in her life. I agree with you. To Zion, that's a very personal song, and
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts about that song is like towards the end, where it's kind of like the chorus is just repeating itself, but you can hear her in the background basically saying to Zion, to Zion. You can feel like the emotion in her voice. I'm like, wow, that's a very deep song. Another one of probably my favorite song on that album though is Nothing Even Matters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I like the almost like snap beat or whatever.
for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
That's a really good one. So around 2002, y'all are marching towards that national championship. What are some of the songs that you remember, the albums that really soundtracked your experience?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. It's 2002, so man, I'll throw some stuff out. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Okay.
You said you're a big Eminem fan, and Eminem was huge.
Yeah, he was on the thing. Yeah. So like Jay-Z, Eminem, Jay-Z, Eminem, Renegade. I remember listening to that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was like still Eminem, Forgot About Dre, kind of sort of had come out around that time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what song? You said Lil Wayne. I don't know if this is technically his or if it's just like Cash Money, but that song Shine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me of my senior year, big time.
Cash Money.
Yeah, but like, I mean, again, Foxy Brown, Broken Silence,
For sure.
the whole album. That was like even one of our chants right before games. You know, college, you got to have a chant. So Swin Cash would be in the huddle and she'd be like, they say we're 7:30. They say we wall out. And she'd be like, UC is here or whatever. And then we would all like, yo, we're about to wall out or whatever.
Did you
That
ever
was
get
like,
a chance to meet Foxy? Like,
no,
have you ever crossed paths?
no, never. No, never.
Wow. That is wow. All right. So what would you say would be 2 or 3 of your like go-to karaoke? So I don't even know if you do karaoke, but like,
oh, I definitely do karaoke.
oh, okay. So what are you?
I mean, I have a list. This is like not even.
Let's run through it.
So Real Love, Mary J. Blige is number 1.
Classic.
Because you can like, that's like in my vocal range. So you can, and it's basically you're just like yelling. You know, not literally yelling, but it's like one you can like belt.
Yep.
So that one, and then there's 2 others that are kind of ridiculous, but you know, sometimes when you find the right song, you just gotta stick with it. I can do a pretty good Humpty Dance, and I can do a pretty good, and I can do a pretty good Area Codes by Ludacris. So those are kind of like my 3 that I. But I'm usually Real Love, Mary J. Blige.
Real Love.
And then if I'm doing a duet, my boy Brad's on here. If I'm doing a duet, it's nothing but a G thing with Brad.
Ooh, classic. Okay, I see how you brought Snoop back into the fold.
Yeah, as an apology. As an apology.
I know a good one I always like to do. Biggie's "One More Chance." Like that. That's everyone knows that song, so that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to do songs where people know them because they kind of get into it.
So they can drown my voice out because I cannot sing.
Okay.
Luther Vandross, I am not. Yeah, Biggie's "One More Chance." Tevin Campbell, "Can We Talk?" Like you play that, the bar turns into basically a choir session. Yeah, everybody is singing that song, so that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh, you know another good. You need to have like 3 other people, and those other 3 people need to know the verses. But International Players Anthem with K and Outkast.
That would be one too. Yeah.
That's a good
I like
one.
how that song, how it starts.
Oh yeah,
like the way.
So I typed the text to a girl.
It's like the perfect start. He's just kind of talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. And the video is incredible as well. Oh man, rest in peace, Pimp C.
Yeah.
Oh man, Sue. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I thoroughly enjoyed this.
It's been fun.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk about music some more. I love to swap some playlists with you. Like for me, I don't know about you. When I sold did you pass out like mixtapes on campus? Like I have this vision in my head.
Nah, it wasn't like that.
Oh man,
it was more like I'm more like the locker room mixtape.
Okay, locker room.
Yeah, like I'm the one making the mixtape for the locker room, or like when we were in Russia.
Yeah.
80-20, I would make a mixtape. We would kind of take turns. She would make them too. You know, you make them for the car or like that kind of thing. That was more my vibe. I wasn't passing them out.
I was the dude. I would download like a mixtape from like Lil Wayne, and I would type the track list out, type it out, print it, and put it in the sleeve because it was all about presentation. I'm not just going to hand you a CD. You know what I mean? Look, $5 went a long way in college, especially. So shout out to Wayne. But no, seriously, I thoroughly appreciate you taking the time to do this.
My pleasure, man.
This has been like the highlight of my week. So I look forward to watching The Last Dance with you and everybody else on social media. And let's keep rocking out with this music. Thank you so much.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. See you later.
Bye-bye. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. And if you're not already, follow Sue Bird on Instagram and Twitter. And I look forward to doing this again. Maybe with Sue. All right, y'all take it easy.